Oh, I knew looking at the camera. Is that where I'm? Okay, I just want to make sure I'm here, bro.
You good now?
Yeah,
You sure?
yeah, let's get it, bro.
All right. You ready? You ready for this?
Hello, audience.
What's wrong with the Dallas Cowboys defense? CPGM Juice of Couch Potato General Manager. Gonna take a crack at this. A lot of people have already diagnosed and given their opinion on what ails the Dallas Cowboys defense, and frankly, everyone is correct to this point. Whether it's Jerry Jones and the formulation of this roster, him as a GM, him and his son Stephen Jones, whether it be Mike McCarthy and Mike Nolan, the defensive coordinator, not necessarily making in-game adjustments, having a quality game plan, or the players failing to execute said game plan, it is all of the above. All of those all of those components are having an impact on the Dallas Cowboys defense, which is among the worst in the NFL in 2020. So for the sake of this video, what I really want to focus on is the pass defense, the scheme, execution, and effort. Week 1 against the Rams, the Dallas Cowboys, this is the first play from scrimmage after a offside penalty. Looks like the Cowboys are in a cover 2 or maybe quarters coverage, zone coverage. And it's a simple play action, 3-man route, and Jared Goff takes a profit, takes the short man, and Robert Woods turns it into a quality gain. All right, that seems innocuous enough, but clearly players were out of position. Let me just show you how bad they were out of position, though. So, of course, it's a 3-man route. You have 7 defenders in coverage, and they bite hard on the play fix, so hard that everyone at the second level and at the first level, the defensive line as well, they're out of position. That poor eye discipline keeps on showing up as I'm evaluating the Cowboys defense, trying to determine what's going on. Of course, there's some misnegotiation of route combinations on the back end, but the front 7 on this particular play, they were so out of position because of poor eye discipline, it created a huge gain, even though it was a pass or a completion just beyond the line of scrimmage. This next play here, the Rams are in 11 personnel, a tight set. You'll see this formation quite a bit, and it's given Dallas a lot of trouble as well. Dallas appears to be in zone coverage again, and it looks like at the snap, it looks like it turned into cover 3, where you have the 2 corners obviously going in a deep third and your deep safety in a third of the field as well. Again, a heavy play action look, max protect, and a throwback to the left side of the screen. Again, another big gain. All right, we're going to slow this down after you take a look at it from this particular, from the end zone angle. We're going to slow this down. But again, look at the poor eye discipline. Look at how guys are bailing at the second level. And of course, the safety in the backside corner are out of position as well. So we're going to slow this down to give you another look at this particular play. As I mentioned, the defense was in a zone look. And of course, cover 3 eventually turns into man. The Rams use motion to determine exactly what type of coverage they're looking at. To get a better look at it, they move Higbee across the formation, and then they move Robert Woods across the formation. All right? It's going to be a heavy play action look with max protect. And they're actually using a receiver, Cooper Kupp, at the top of the screen to help out with max protection. So it really convinces the defense that it's a run. On this play, Jalen Smith actually stays home, but he's out leveraged. There are too many Rams offensive linemen out in front for him to make a play. So excellent play design, poor eye discipline, and recognition from the Cowboys. You're going to get a very similar look than you from the Falcons that you got from the Rams in week 1 here. It's going to be a heavy play action fake with max protection. The receiver Russell Gage stays into block. It appears to be a 2-man route, but there's a little bit of a wrinkle this time from the Falcons. The Falcons obviously have scouted the Cowboys, looked at the film from week 1, and they're going to take advantage, although the Cowboys attempted to adjust here. Their coverage on the back end is compromised as cover 3 becomes man, unless you have good eyes. And Jalen Smith, who's staying home looking out for that screen, doesn't see Hayden Hurst leaking out. So you can put that on a combination of your Mike linebacker or your backside corner because of the poor eye discipline. We have a similar look from the Seattle Seahawks in week 3. Heavy run fake, play action. You're actually keeping a receiver in to really sell the run, to give you a max protect. It's a 2-man route. Now, I don't know whether or not this was supposed to be cover 2 or cover 4, but safety should not be that close between the hashes. There's no reason for that unless they're both tracking the football. Unfortunately, their heads are in the backfield and Tyler Lockett is behind the defensive backs. The only guy that seemed to actually do his job in the secondary on this play was the corner at the top. That would be Trayvon Diggs. So we move on to week 4, and this appears to be cover 2. or maybe quarters coverage. I'm going to say cover two because at the snap of the football, you'll see the corner at the bottom reroutes Odell Beckham and stays in the flat. However, your safeties are out of position already. Their eyes, again, poor eye discipline, is taking the cheese off of the reverse action. And Odell Beckham at this point has a step. Now, who I'm highlighting here is Jalen Smith and Xavier Woods. They did not negotiate the tight end coming across the middle. That takes the safety out of the middle of the field. Of course, the other safety is out of position. Jarvis Landry throws a dime to Odell Beckham for a touchdown. When we slow it down here, again, the defense heavy on the run action, all right? Although they do a much better job of staying home. You'll see there at the line of scrimmage, Everson Griffin is actually in position to contain somewhat. However, he's playing patty cake with Baker Mayfield, which doesn't make any sense and calls to question the effort being put out there. But the secondary, again, doesn't seem to be on the same page, and the safety is out of position once again. Now, this was a big reverse that led to a 50-yard touchdown, and as far as I'm concerned, this was a matter of effort. You know, this wasn't necessarily that the misdirection had the defense out of position per se. I thought Aldon Smith did a good job of staying home. He just simply didn't make the play. That happens from time to time. You got to be better, but that happens from time to time. He was in position to make the play. But the pursuit I thought was poor. The angles were poor, and ultimately this was what really broke Dallas's back in the end of this particular contest. It calls into question personnel, which I place on the Joneses. It's the coaches, Mike Nolan and Mike McCarthy, not necessarily making quality adjustments, and then the players in terms of the execution. Too often do we have players out of position, not seemingly understanding the coverages, not understanding down and distance, tendencies. When teams are in plus territory around the 50 or the 40, you know, that's generally when teams take a shot. There has to be a certain understanding of that. And of course, that wasn't the case. So that's my take on what's happening with the Dallas Cowboys defense.